Hey everyone, this is PrinceBrightstar, and welcome back to Phantasy Star: The End of the Millennium. So, we are basically just about to take off for Rykros here, and this is what I'm expecting to be the final stream here of this. Rooks, no, I just literally got started here. You're able to hear me there, right? Usually I wait a few seconds before I start talking, just because when I hit go live on YouTube, it usually takes somewhere between 5 to 10 seconds to actually, have everything refresh properly and actually start catching my voice. I've had issues in the past whereby effectively if I don't wait 5 to 10 seconds, then what will happen is my voice will get cut off at the start of the stream. So that's why I think you might have been a little confused there. Anyway, let us go ahead and start into this here today. And basically, what I need to say right off the bat here is this, right in this moment here, this is the exact moment when things would go down in terms of the drama CD, the Sealed Memories drama CD. That I told you all about during the first part of this series here. And effectively what happens in this is Ren goes and says that he wants to do a maintenance cycle on the Landale before they take off, just because it's going to be such a long trip. And during that time, Rune helps Chaz to basically remember... Well, okay... Let me correct that. It's not exactly that he remembers the events, but they are definitely sealed inside of him. So Rune is able to see those events that happened in the past. Chaz, in the moment, really isn't able to make the connection of what effectively happened while he was under Rune's spell. And the way it all ends is basically Rune sees those memories. And then Ren will come back and say, okay, the maintenance cycle is done. And then Rune is just going to say, what the hell? To Ren. And effectively, Ren just says, nobody asked. And what I'm saying in that is basically Ren was back there during that time when Chaz and Nay had met. Effectively, nobody had asked him what had happened with between him and Chaz in the past. So this was one of the things that I wanted to try to implement, but that's not, unfortunately, as I mentioned in my community post, I decided things were just not up to the quality I was looking for. Anyway, let's go ahead and take off in the Landale now to Rykros. Are we going in the right direction? We are on course. Is it an island like the Air Castle? Or is it an artificial satellite like Zealand or Kuran? If we keep to this course, we will leave the algal solar system. We have no choice but to keep going. Wow, this is astounding. Hey, it's the Aeroprism again. Phew, you scared me. What happened? Chaz, look! It's a planet. A planet has suddenly appeared. That can't be. There's no indication on the radar? It's not Motavia, it's not Dizolis, and of course it's not Parma. There is no such planet in my database. This must be Rykros. Welcome, Protectors. Welcome. What was that? There's a voice reverberating in my head. I am Roof of Rykros. I remain in this land to pass on the secret of the genesis of Algol. Just as I thought, this is Rykros. Yes, it is. This is Rykros, the 4th planet in the Algol solar system. What? The 4th planet? There are only supposed to be 3 planets in the Algol solar system: Motavia, Parma, and Dizolis. Rykros is a planet that has been protected by a powerful and invisible barrier. No normal being is able to see or even sense it. I didn't know such a planet existed. Moreover, the planet's orbit is highly elliptical. It only gets close to Algol once every 1,000 years. So, it's an orbit like that of a comet. The aeroprism shows the way when Rykros returns. So this is what they mean by return. And that's why it was hidden until now. The roof. We came all the way here because we wanted to find out what we can about the profound darkness. What is the profound darkness? Why is it causing disasters in Algol? And exactly where is it now? We were told that all answers would be found here. Now tell all. You courageous protectors who came all the way to Rykros. I have much to tell you. But first, you must perform a task. There are 2 towers in Rykros, called the Courage Tower and the Strength Tower. Go meet the guardians of those 2 towers. When you return, I will truly recognize you as protectors, and will then tell you all you seek to know. Protectors? Are you testing us? Yes, I am. But please understand, this is absolutely necessary. I guess we'll have to do it. Come on, guys, let's go. Please hurry. Already, the hand of the darkness stirs toward this planet. Beloved ones, I await your return. Alright, so we have a mission given to us from a voice heard on high. Let's take a look around. So, we do have some chests here. We have a guard shield. Don't really have anybody that can really use that in the moment here, though. We have a guard sword. A telepipe. Let's get that guard sword on Chaz. And we have a trimate. And that spot that we started on there can be returned to at any time for a healing recovery. Let's grab the ice digger. And let's look around for this first tower. There it is. So here's the strength tower. Alright, let's start with just a normal normal macro here, rather. Okay. Moondew. Alright, we got twin arms and crimin heads. Let's go for this attack. Now, I will say there is a chance I am going to have to do some grinding at some point here today. Oh, we have a guard rod, and I need to free up some space. I guess I'll drop a repair kit since we can always get those. Okay, let's get that guard rod onto Rune. I don't think there was anything else up here. Oh, there was? Okay. Okay, we're gonna need some healing this round. Do a Geisar, and then Hewin from Rune. Chance levels up. Oh, there's another item we gotta get rid of here. I'll drop another repair kit. And Rika, that guard claw is gonna go on to you. Okay, I think that's everything here. Let's back out and now head up the other path. Oh, Chaz got hit by an instant death attack there. Rika levels up. A river for Chaz. And then Rika, let's get you on healing duty here. And Ren, go ahead and heal yourself. Another guard claw. And what is this gonna be? Yeah, I guess I probably should have sold some stuff before we left. I'll drop the telepipe. That moon dew is going to be more important. Oh! Yeah! That can actually happen at this point in the game! Alright, so we're gonna skip through a good portion of things here. Give me just a moment here. Let's do this, and reload. Yeah, we're gonna have to skip through that whole conversation again here. I'm gonna try to speed this up here. And again, we've already been through this conversation as well. Whoops, what happened here? Hang on. 1 second. Bear with me, sorry. Oh, why is this happening here? Bear with me, everyone. I'm trying to figure out what happened here. There we go. Alright, there we go. Now we're speeding along. Alright. Like I said, no reason to go through that conversation again as well. Although, I guess we're gonna have to grab all this again here. And since our inventory is so limited, I probably should also try to get rid of what I can before we really set out again here. Let's just speed this along as best as we can. Alright, so we're gonna sell several of these repair kits here. Oops, I need the repair kit. Okay, and then let's also sell some of the stuff we're not going to need here. I don't think we're gonna need this. Alright, let me get that guard sword on Chaz. And we'll sell their old sword real quick here. Alright, with that, we should be good to head back over to the Anger Tower again. And this time I'm gonna save before we head in there, and then also after we duck out the first time. What can I say? I was not expecting that to happen so quickly, but like I was saying, there's a good chance I'm gonna have to do some grinding here today before we're done. And sure, you could grind in with the safety of the Ice Digger here, just using the End Sphere attack, but honestly, the experience isn't that great. I'll put this in slot 3 for now. And Rune is already down! As is most of the rest of the party, sheesh. Well, Ren should be able to mop this up at least. But yeah, it is just a huge difficulty spike here, that's for certain. Alright, Ren does not really have a good way to heal everybody. So we're just gonna get out of here. We're gonna return back. If there's any good news, at least Ren got over 10,000 experience points with that one battle. Alright, let's head back in there. And I think I'm also going to create an opening macro here. Which one do I want to get rid of here? That's the question. Because each of these has their use. I guess we're not going to be running into many more robotic enemies now that I think about it, so this will probably be the one to do it on. So we'll do Rika, D-Ban, and then attack from Ren, Air Slash, and then Huan. And that way we at least have a better chance of living through these battles. Alright, so now Rika gets D-Ban out from the start. And that at least cuts down on some of the damage that's coming in. Looks like only Chaz needs a heal here. Okay, so here's this group again. frankly, I'm not happy about the idea of trying to fight them. Get this guard claw on. And we'll go ahead and Highness out of here. We'll take a save. Skimmy-san, thank you for the raid there. Really appreciate that. Hope everything went well with your stream. We are here on Rykros, which is the 4th planet of the Algol solar system. Okay, Chaz levels up. Rika, get some healing out, please. No worries. You're good. Alright, and then a regular Resta for Chaz. And we just need Ren to do their recover. There we go. There's the other guard claw. Okay, let's do our G macro for a bunch of single target damage. There we go. Rika levels up. And Rika, break out the heals again, please. Gonna need that on Rune as well. And then a regular Resta for yourself. Moondew. Ah, sorry to hear that. Hopefully you're able to get that ironed out, whatever was causing that. Alright, that's the level up for Ren, I believe. Okay, we're gonna need healing again. And Rika is almost halfway done with her healing already here, with her technical points. Okay, cannot save here. Nothing over there. Now this looks like a boss, doesn't it? Ah, you finally come. They come and they come, but they're all sissies. I've been getting kind of bored. If you have passed Lerouf's scrutiny, then try and take me if you can. Indeed, it is a boss battle, so... we're gonna start with Barrier. And then we'll get Crosscut going. We're gonna need D-Ban. And then I'm thinking Nawat here. At least initially. Oh! Well, that just took Rune right out, didn't it? Yeah, he kind of does have that look of a Light Falls, doesn't he? Even the core that's kind of in the middle there. It's these are basically the representation that was left behind by the Great Light. Although, technically, they say that the Great Light has already left the system long ago, so... but I think the implication is that they're not naturally born of this planet like the other 3 planets have naturally born creatures. With protector roles. Alright, Rika is gonna go first here, so let's get Sanner out. And Rune is back down again. Rever again. And let's do a regular SAR. I might as well leave him down at this point if he's just going to keep using the AoE. And we're at the point where we need to use a Nassar, which wipes out the rest of Rika for her technical points. So Burst Rocket does nothing. I think we need a round of healing here. Now Chaz can technically heal, so we'll do that, but we're also going to have Rika use a Trimate on Chaz. Okay. Posibolt, and then we'll do Crosscut. And then we'll do a Gyrez on Chaz. That got some damage out. But yeah, we're pretty much going to be limping through the rest of this fight here. Now res for Rika. Go for your double slash. Yeah, I'm just making Chaz the dedicated healer for now. No worries, Wolf. Thanks for tuning in here. Things are off to a to an interesting start here. I got wiped out within what was that? About 5 minutes at the start, I think. So huge difficulty spike as soon as you get to Rykros. Ren could use a recovery at this point. I'm just glad I was able to get into this pattern where Chaz can heal Rika and then himself back and forth like this. I got 3 rounds of healing left. There we go. So none of that experience went to Rune, but that's fine. You're better than I thought. That's comforting. Go ahead and take these objects. They are the proof you need. Alright, we got a Palma ring, a Mota ring, and a Diesel ring. Let's get out of here. Alright, let's get Rune revived here and get the rest of the party healed. Okay, so as we can see, Rune can equip the Diesel ring, but they can't equip anything else here. This does give them an extra 10 defense power, though. Rika can equip the Mota ring. And then Ren can equip the Palma ring. Let's get over to the other tower. Okay, Rune levels up. Here we are. Okay, that's a Stardew. We definitely want to have that. I'll get rid of the telepipe. Let's get our defenses out. Okay, this has a guard robe. So that'll be an item for Rune. Definitely needed those defense boosts here, given how quickly Rune got wiped out last time. And we're probably going to need some healing soon. Really soon, given Chaz. And there he goes. Alright, let's get Rever out on Chaz. Get him back up. And then Rika, you're gonna do Na-Rez on Chaz. Guy-Rez on yourself. And then a regular Resta on Rune. And then Chaz, you're gonna need to get Anti out on Rika. Rika levels up again. Okay, so this time we've got two of them standing here, so let's do... We'll do our D macro. Chaz levels up. Yeah, Rune needs a heal. And then Rika could use a heal as well. And there's another one. There's nothing to fear from the hand of the darkness. Oh, so you are the people sent here by Lee Roof. Go ahead, try and defeat me. Prove that you've got the qualifications to be protectors. Alrighty. So again, barrier. We'll do crosscut. D-ban. And we'll start with a Nawat. And here come the AoEs again. let's go full out and see if we can get through this round here. Okay, that wasn't bad. In fact, let's do this again. Oh, right, Holy's not gonna do anything for it. Let's see. Let's go with this macro then. Okay, so now Foy isn't doing anything for us here. Flare. Let's do crosscut. That's probably been long enough. Let's get a Geisar out. And let's try Tandle. You hit me with Tandle, I hit right back with Tandle. Geisar again sounds good. And then we'll do another Geisar. Tandle. Ren's probably going to need healing after the next hit. Yep. So, recover. Crosscut. Geisar. And Tandle. Okay, we'll crosscut and... Actually, we're gonna need Chaz to send out a Guy-Rez to Rune. Double slash Rika and Tandle again for Rune. Okay, crosscut. And then double slash. I don't know if Legion's gonna do anything here. Let's see. Never mind, he's already down. Ren levels up. You've done well. Go, take these objects which are the proof you've met and passed me. Okay, there's the Rykros ring. We'll get rid of the escape pipe. And this has the algo ring. And we'll get rid of our repair kit. Actually, we can just use it. But there's no effect, because he's already at full. Alright. So, that means Chaz has their ring now, the Algo ring. So, they're going to lose out some agility there, but they do get some mental power. As well as defense and attack power, of course. Now, technically, there was another path I think we could have taken there. Let me go ahead and save real quick. Let's see what's actually on that side. That's the last of Rika's technical points. So now Chaz is on healing duty. From here, I think we're just going to try to run, given that we don't have D-Ban helping us anymore. Yeah, here we go. So inside this chest, we have a guard mail, which is definitely going to be needed. And at this point, I'm going to drop a Trimate. That guard mail will go on to Chaz. And take a look at that boost of defense power he's going to get there. And then we'll drop another Trimate. And then that gave us guard armor, which is for Ren. Alright, let's get out of here. Whoops, that's not it. Highness. And then over here... we've got another spot. I hear a voice coming from somewhere. Who dares to enter the Anger Tower? Be gone! We'll be back for that. Whoops. Alright, we'll go ahead and save. Ah, protectors, you have carried out your mission well. You have proven yourselves, and I can enlighten you with the secrets of Algol's genesis. Many billions of years ago, a spiritual life form split into two lesser beings, who eventually began to fight. After a long and terrible battle, there was finally a victor. The winner banished the enemy spiritual life form to another dimension. We call the victorious side the Great Light, and the defeated one the Profound Darkness. I see light and darkness. The Great Light feared the resurrection of the Profound Darkness and placed a seal over the dimensional portal. A seal? That's right. A gigantic seal of 3 planets on one fixed star. That can't be. Yes, it is. The Algol solar system. The Great Light also distributed protectors of the seal between 3 tribes. The Parmenians, Motavians, and Dizolicians. But there were fluctuations in the strength of the seal. Once every 1,000 years, its power would weaken, drastically. As a warning of this phenomenon, the Great Light created Rykros, which returns to Algol once every 1,000 years, and myself, Rykros. But what use is an invisible planet as a warning? The Great Light knew that, through the generations, the Protectors would forget their mission. So Rykros was designed to break its silence when the Seal's final moment came, to remind the Protectors of the mission they were born to do. The Seal's final moment? What do you mean by final moment? Throughout time, the profound darkness has seethed with animosity and the need for revenge. And once every 1,000 years, when the strength of the Seal weakens, the most intense part of the profound darkness's hate-filled spirit is able to break through the portal and come to Algol in physical form. So that's what Dark Falls was. Every time, a courageous person would defeat Dark Falls and bring about a brief period of peace by expelling it. But the profound darkness is patient, and finally it destroyed the planet of Parma in battle. That means part of the Seal is gone. That's right, and now, 1,000 years later, the profound darkness is trying to break completely free at last. The Seal's final moment. Are you saying that it's happening now? Maybe. Maybe. The darkness will once again wield its frightening power and completely break the Seal. Or what? Someone will conquer the darkness and render the Seal meaningless. Someone like us. Protectors, listen carefully. If the darkness escapes, the Seal, that is, the Algol solar system, will certainly be destroyed. The only way to prevent this is to go to the darkness, enter its dimension, and destroy it. As long as you have those rings of the stars, you should be able to withstand the largest part of the power of the darkness. So the time has come. Obey the will of the Great Light and attack the profound darkness. This is the very mission that you, as Protectors, have been born to. Who do you think we are? Chaz? I've been listening patiently, and you keep talking about this mission. I'm not going to fight for no mission. And anyway, where's the Great Light now? What's it doing? The Great Light is no longer present in this galaxy. It has gone far away. You're telling me he hands down missions and he goes off somewhere? Give me a break. Missions, Protectors, who the heck cares? It has nothing to do with us. No way am I going to fight for someone like that. I'm going to live by my own will. Chaz! There is no one single truth, Chaz. Chaz Ashley, you have set foot on Rykros. You must hurry. Whatever path you choose. Chaz, what are we to do? Rune. What is it, Chaz? Yeah, definitely. It's a very reasonable reaction given everything. To tell you the truth, I don't know what's going on. Oh, great. When Alice died, you explained things to me, and Rika tried to lift my spirits. But in truth, I really didn't understand. I could only see that the person who had taught me everything had died. I would have sacrificed anything, even my life, for the peaceful repose of Alice's soul. But gradually, I found out that there are people who depend on me to fight. That's all fine, isn't it, Chaz? But I can't have the fate of all Algol rests on my shoulders. Moreover, this fighting is a mission handed down from the Great Light. If we have to dance to its tune, we're no different than Zio. I can't blame you for thinking that way, but... So, right at this very moment, right before he says this line, this is the exact moment that the Yoshiban manga would have played out. And what I originally intended to do was basically take portions of that manga and colorize that in the Genesis style here. And add in some lines from that as well. And though I don't have... What I have here, at least when I show you, is the best that I could come up with here. And basically explain why I decided to cancel my plans here. So, this here is... These are a couple of panels from the manga. And then this is what I was able to come up with. And if this is the best I could do, where the proportions are wrong, and you can't even see Zio's mouth anymore, and frankly the guy either looks depressed or is possibly even crying there, compared to where in the original he's looking a bit more sinister than that, this is why I decided to cancel things, when I just couldn't make it any better than this. So, maybe in the future, at some point, I'll replace this stream, if I ever get around to it, to make my vision come true on this, but at least for now, I at least wanted to explain what ultimately happened with my plans here. Anyway, moving on. Chaz, there's someone I want you to meet. Let's go to the Esper Mansion. The answer lies there. And so we are going to the Esper Mansion. And talking about that manga a little bit while we're headed over. That manga basically talked about some years earlier when Rune and Zio actually knew each other. To the point where they were both at the Esper Mansion, and when Rune was chosen to be the descendant, or rather the next in line of Lutz, Zio basically got really angry and decided to leave Dizolis for Motavia. And he was ultimately set on the path to go to... they were set on the path to go to the mayor's mansion on Motavia, or the governor's mansion rather, and to dig through and find the crystallized remains of the Dark Falls fragment from the fight nearly 2,000 years prior between Dark Falls and Alice's team. Or rather, Elisa's team. And Zio ultimately then attacked Rune, along with the party that he was with. And that attack happened, presumably, just a short time after he left the party, and we got Grizz or Pike into the party. Anyway, Chaz, the Sacred Sword, Elcidion, awaits you. The Sacred Sword Elcidion? It's probably the one and only weapon that has the power to destroy the profound darkness. Go, Chaz, alone. Go and meet with Elcidion. Meet Elcidion? That's right. And at that time, you should find the answer you are looking for. Okay, can't save here. I'll take on one of these here. Ray Blade. Yeah, so they go down quick, but not worth much experience here. So this is the Sacred Sword, Elcidion. What? I hear a voice from somewhere. Yeah, mumble. Ah, you have made it, Chaz Ashley. This is the place where the spirits of those who fought to protect Algol return to. Elcidion is the sword sheltered by those spirits. Now, Chaz, you must take Elcidion in your hands. And thank you for that translation there as well, Arwood. Hey! Wow. So you are Chaz, whom Rune selected. You are able to understand. Ah! Chaz, I entrust to you the care of Elcidion. All of our thoughts are stored within that sword. We will all be with you, Chaz. Always. So, don't worry, leave it to me. So Chaz basically just met the heroes from the past 2 Millennium. I knew it. Elcidion promised that it would give you power. There was no mistake in my judgment. Rune. Chaz, let's go save Algol. Right. We're doing it for all life in Algol, and to create a future that is truly free of terror. A future unbound at last from the evil of the past. For that, I will fight. Chaz. Let's conquer, Chaz. For Algol! We have an emergency. Demi informs us that a disaster has erupted on Motavia. Chaz! Alright, let's hurry to Motavia. Alright, can't Hina's out of here, but we should at least be able to, Ryuka over here. To Tyler we go! Oh, not Tyler, we need the spaceport. Ah, you made it, Chaz. Raja, are you okay now? And Kara, you're here too. A minor sickness like that couldn't keep me in bed. Take me with you. There's reassurance in numbers. Since I'm so reliable, I'll accompany you. Raja and Kyra, thank you. And we're off. Han, Grizz, and Demi too. Hey Chaz, you seem to have become stronger since we last met. I was scolded by Pana, but I came anyway. The system is finally stabilized. Now I can go with you. Everybody, thank you so much. Demi, what is this disaster you reported? Gotcha, Rooks. Well, a large hole suddenly opened north of Piata. The life forms around that hole are dying, one after the other. But there's no gas or radiation emissions coming from the hole. There is no need to verify it. we knew as soon as we arrived in Multivia. It's all due to the black energy wave, and a pretty strong one at that. It's the profound darkness. He finally opened the door from the other dimension. Chaz, let's go. Isn't this the last battle? Really, you guys need taken care of. I'll be your big sister and look after you. Well, seeing that we're all here, I'd like all of you to go, but there are only 5 rings of stars to protect us from the power of the darkness. So that means we have to choose one person to take. Betsugen, I think you're a few minutes behind. But that was... ultimately, if I was to try to remake that, or if I was to try to proceed in the future on that idea, I would want to see if I could commission someone to create the frames. But with somebody that basically has a budget of $0, I tried what I could out of just doing a few queries through OpenAI. But and that's exactly why I ultimately decided to can the whole idea. It just was not meeting my expectations, so. And that also goes back to why I was saying I was reading the room as well on things. Okay, so we still have a whole bunch of stuff that we need to take a look at here in terms of combos. So the first person we're going to grab here is going to be Han. Chaz, to tell you the truth, since that time I've been secretly training, so that I'd be able to be of more help to you guys. Please, take me with you. Chaz, are you going to take Han? Actually, before I do this, let me go ahead and save. Okay, I guess it can't be helped. Good luck! We're going to save here, and we're also going to save here. Alright, now we'll take Han. Thank you. I'll do my best not to be a nuisance. I can't remember if we're able to swap members after we make the choice, so that's why I'm taking multiple backup saves here. Now, so with Han, we've got technically one of the weaker members that we could have brought here. But my goal here is to see what else we can do in terms of macros here. So, we've actually got a couple of macros that we can build. Okay, apparently at no point did we ever hit the recovery pad here, so I'll grab that first. So, we'll do macro, and then we're gonna go to H down here. And now, I need to check his agility against everybody else, so should still be Rika 60, and then 51 for Ren, 51 for Chaz. Then it's 43 for Rune. And then 38 for Han. Okay, so what I should be able to do, we'll go Rika, Ren, Rune, and then we're gonna do Han, who will do Astral, and then Chaz will do Rayblade. Alright, let's take a look at this in battle. Actually, I probably should have had everybody defend, not... In fact, I'm not even going to run that here. We're just going to have everybody defend instead, because otherwise the macro has a good chance of not going off. Rika, defend, Ren, defend, Rune, defend, Han, Astral. And that's just because of how weak the enemies are here on Motivia at this point. I believe it is the only time that you're able to take Grizz off of Motivia. Aside from if you glitch things out. Paladin Blow! Or Paladin Blow. Basically supercharges Chaz's sword there. Alright, and then there is another that exists. And what I will say is I am not going to say the name out loud. I'm not going to say the name out loud. You can read it on your screen. Because I don't want to get YouTube angry here. All right. So this is going to be we're going to have everybody else defend. And then this is going to be Han, Savol, and then Rune is going to use Diem. Wouldn't it be funny if the enemy encounter rate was down because of what was happening on the planet? Alright, anyway. Yeah, that is an AoE instant death attack. Okay, and then I want to say we've probably done Conduct Thunder before. Okay. Let's get out of here, and we're going to grab Kyra next. My buddies at Mies were kind enough to tell me not to worry about the future. They told me to go. After all, Chaz and everyone will be benefactors of Dizolis. Oh, Chaz, take me along. Wouldn't I be of some help to you? Let's take Kyra. Right on, just leave it up to your big sister Kyra. Okay, I guess it can't be helped. Good luck. Alright. Now, the question is, does Kyra have the levels they need for this? I don't think they do. So, what we're gonna do for now... there's a chance that I could get banned. That's basically what I'm fearful of on that one. Anyway, we're going to head over to Rykros. And you remember that place we tried to go to and we couldn't get into there before? We should be able to get in now. Alright, so... Alcidion is shining. A voice is reverberating in my head. Oh, Protectors of Algol. The Anger Tower welcomes you gladly. Just wanted to make sure Chaz actually had the sword on him. Okay. Oh, right, I gotta deal with this. Oh, let's see. Guess we can get rid of the silver crown and silver circlet. Wow, that almost knocked Rune out in one hit. So it's a good thing he got that new gear. Alright, Rika. Let's do a Guy Res for Rune. And then rest of yourself, as well as Rune. Alright, there's a chest down there we'll have to grab. Rika's down from an instant death attack. Alright, so Kyra levels up. They got Tandol, but that's not the one that I need. At least I don't think they have it yet. Yeah, we need Nagra. Chaz doesn't have it, right? No. No, he doesn't have it. And Kyra doesn't have Negetus, right? I don't think they ever learned that one. No. Okay. Alright, Kyra, can you get Rika up? No, you can't. Alright, so we're gonna need Rever first. And now Kyra can use the medicine skill. There we go. What? Where is this? Where is everybody? What? Alice! You're here on Rykros? Alice! Alice! Hey, answer me! Alice! Yikes! Alice! Of course, right now, Chaz would be very conflicted. And we cannot escape this battle. One experience and one Meseta. Alice. Alice! Ah! Who's that? Well, well, Protector. What a weakling you are. So, you wail and lament for something you know to be an illusion. An illusion? Is that right? You... Ah, your anger, your hatred. It's quite a show of your force of character. Would you like to be able to wholly transform those feelings into strength? Huh? There's a technique to transform emotions of anger and hatred into powers of destruction. Do you want to know about it? I will say that I know that if I say yes to this, it leads to an impossible battle that you are intended to lose. So I'm gonna say no. Don't mess with me. Huh? Why is that? Even if I won using such a power, it would be meaningless. It would only make us the same as the darkness. I see. You fought the illusion, and yet you haven't lost sight of yourself. Alright, I shall trust you with the technique. The forbidden technique. Megid. Megid? The forbidden technique? There's nothing to be afraid of. It's necessary to feel anger and hatred for humans to be human. Oh. There shouldn't be any danger that you will be corrupted by the power of Megid. Betsugen, not many. Obviously that Alice one was one. I don't think there were any other times that it happens. Yeah, I don't think there are any other times it happens. Just don't forget your true self. This is the final battle. Let's go. We must face the profound darkness. Yes, Chaz, let's go and do battle together. Operations check complete. All systems are fully functional. So, let's go. I'm ready anytime you are. I was hoping to get Chaz to say something there about what just happened. Oh well. Alright, let's get out of here and we're gonna reset. And climb up the other way now. Yeah, party's still good. This has a guard mail, which I believe Chaz is already wearing, so this might go on to Rika. 1, 2, 3. I don't want to lose any more than three of the repair kits. Right, I said I was going to get rid of the silver circlet. Yep, there we go. That is a great defense boost for Rika. Alright, that's it for this tower. Let's get out of here. Grab the ice digger. Alright, and like I said before, I want to make sure that we do have a chance to see this other combo. Oh, I missed a chest earlier. So we're going to spend just a few minutes here doing a little bit of grinding here to hopefully get Kyra leveled up. Rune levels up. I'm hoping that they're gonna learn what I need them to learn after the next level. Okay, that has a Stardew. I definitely want that. You know what? I'll get rid of the cure paralysis. Rooks, I'm actually not sure at this point. I know I at least want to get Kyra one more level here, just to see if they learn the ability I need them to learn in order to show off the second to last combo we're going to look at here. Okay, we got a surprise attack, so I'll just go with this macro. Betsogen, yeah, I think it's the character Lyle that has a front that you're able to attack. And then the closest thing for Phantasy Star 2 would be Nay first. Chaz levels up. Rika levels up. How close are we on Kyra? Ooh, that's gonna take a little bit. You know what? In that case, we'll head for where the Profound Darkness is, but we're just gonna set our feet inside there so we can do some better grinding than here. Because I have to expect that at least the rate of it would be a bit quicker there. Kyra is an Esper, and the 5th member of the party currently. So since we're going to be heading over there... Huh. Isn't that interesting? They can't equip the Rykros ring. Oh, I misunderstood what you were saying there. Alright, we're headed to Motavia. Okay. So first, here we are at Mile. The ranch owner is... and he has such great hopes. This is atrocious. He must have been done in by the black energy wave. It's always atrocious, isn't it? Now, inside one of these buildings are some children that are still alive, but we can't reach them. You'd have to use a walk-through walls code. Alright. Ice Digger. There's the spot that we're going to be headed to in just a moment. Let us head over to Piata, since it is the next closest place. Is it true that the village of Mile has become a village of death? Dad! Mom! This universe is coming to an end! You say poison is coming out of the hole? Hey, is that true? What should we do? I want to escape, but I have nowhere to go. What are you talking about? Did something happen? Come on, tell me. Ah! Actually, I probably should go in there and sell the stuff I'm not gonna need. Alright, so Reflect Robe. Reflect Mail. There's a chance I might need that Swift Helm still. Lacquer Armor. Meconium Armor. Reflect Mail. Meconium Gear. Oops. I guess at this point a wood cane really isn't going to do much for me, so I guess we can go ahead and get rid of that now. Alright, Genocyclaw. And Genocyclaw. And Laconium Rod. Forget about inns, we've got more serious matters, don't we? Help! I can't tell what's going on. Only the fact that there's a hole. If Mile is in trouble, we're going to be in trouble soon. This can't all be explained away by saying that the ground surface suddenly began to sink. Thank you for your assistance. Fail. I guess it's no wonder considering that I didn't get the report in on time. Boo-hoo. When it's this crazy, I want to go to the academy even less. I have a terrible headache. What is this? What did you say happened? I'm getting undressed, you know, so leave! That I'm not entirely sure about, Rooks. Oh, such a thing. See? We're doomed! There sure are many kinds of universes. I'm right. The planet is full of problems. Help! Oh, that one scientist talking about universes. It's like they already were thinking about the multiverse back at this time. But there was no such thing as online playback at this point. Although I guess that technically was the text adventure games for Phantasy Star 2. And there was probably some other sort of multiverse theory out there somewhere. I can't believe there could be such a crazy thing. What we've got to deal with right now is not outer space, but this hole in the ground. Oh, such a thing. What's that big hole? Help! What's going to happen now? What's going to happen now? You both are saying that, aren't you? Not get involved? That's a joke. At this point, I just can't turn a blind eye. What on earth is going on? I love just being able to say, what's Earth? Although I suppose at a place like this, maybe they knew about Earth. You know, 1,000 years after the what happened in Phantasy Star 2. It depends upon if that knowledge was actually lost or not. Alright. So, before we set foot inside this place, I am going to give a huge photosensitivity warning right now. If you are photosensitive in any way, you're going to want to duck out for the rest of this stream here. I'm going to give you a good 10 seconds here before we head in. Alright, and with that, let's head inside the Edge. Yeah, there was a reason I said that just now. So, as I mentioned before, we're going to do a little bit of grinding here. With the hope that Kyra is going to get leveled up fairly quickly here. And I will also say, I don't intend for Kyra to be the last person I bring with me here. Exactly my point, Rooks. Exactly my point. Okay, Outer Beast, that is going to require a different attack pattern here. Let's get Nagra out here. And let's get healed up again. And let's not spoil those that haven't had a chance to go through Phantasy Star 3 yet. Since that is also something I intend to cover on this channel at a later date. And yeah, Betsujin, I agree with you there. And that's why I did Phantasy Star 2 the way that I did with that patch that came in the Sega Ages version. I'm saying for other people, Betsujin. Ren levels up. I am very much aware of the different endings that are in that game. Let's see. We need healing on some people, but not all. How close are we now? We're getting there. You know, I'm gonna walk along the path a bit here. Just so I can show you where we're, where we need to head. At least for the time being. Okay. I did not want to run away from that group. That's that bug again. Let me set up a D-band combo, or macro rather. Air Slash, and then Flare, and then this is where we'll get the Nagra and Gaigra in. Just so we can speed that along. I don't know what it would look like, but those of you that played Phantasy Star Online 2 and have gotten to the end of the game in terms of the story, then if you think about it, the place right in the final battle, this place kind of looks like this, doesn't it? It's why when that first came up several years ago, I said, "Welcome to the Edge." Ooh, Chaz is paralyzed. I don't believe it is a remix. I don't recall this ever being a thing. Alright, Rimpa. To get rid of the paralysis. And then let's do that medicine skill. And then Ren needs to recover as well. There we go. Okay. So this is the last pathway before the end. So we're gonna stop here. Okay, Rune is gonna need to heal there. I don't recall that being a thing. If anything, this Profound Darkness is basically just starting to break through to Algol. Let's see. Guy Sar should do this. Okay, Dark Riders. Okay, we are getting very close to the end of the grind here. Let's get Rune healed up, and Kyra. Okay. And next we'll go with this macro. Okay, Kyra levels up. And they get Nagra. Okay. Let's get out of here. And now I'm going to set up a macro. So defend, 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 Kyra. You're gonna go for Nagra. And then Rune. Negatus. The game explained that what was happening over time was basically their anger against the Great Light was building over and over on top of itself. So I'm not certain where that's coming from. If you can give me a source on that, I'd love to see that. Black hole. That was another of the combos that we had yet to see. And then there is one more that I can show off before we really head into there. So this is going to be... We're going to have Kyra defend, and then we're going to do Rune. It's going to be Legion. No, wait. Yeah, Kyra defend, and then we have to do... Actually, we have to do this in a specific order. D-ban. Actually, before we even set that up, I haven't even showed you Megid yet. Yeah, that's a pretty powerful one. Alright, I need to set that macro up now. So Kyra defend, Rika, D-ban, Chaz Megid. Rune is gonna do Legion. And then Ren is gonna do the Posibolt. And hopefully this fires off correctly. Yeah, that's basically the ultimate combo there. Destruction. Or Destruct as it's called in game. Alright. Let's cross the sand. And then as for who we're actually going to take last, it's Raja. A tour of Motavia has long been my dream. I want to go and see all the famous places. I better hurry and clean everything up. How about it? If you take me, you won't have a moment of boredom. Ha ha ha! Let's take Raja, just as I thought. You're a pretty good judge of character. You'll go far. I see. I'll be waiting, Chaz. Be sure to come back. And the thing to keep in mind is, even though characters might leave your party as you swap them in and out, they're all gaining experience based on how you battle. Betsagen, I'm actually considering playing the Phantasy Star The End of the Millennium randomizer. I was hoping at one point we would get one for the original Phantasy Star, but I'm more than happy to try the randomizer for this game at some point. Okay, so the reason we're back here is I want to now load up on stuff in terms of my inventory. So we need the item shop. At least I think this is the right town I need to be in for this. This is armor and weapons. Yeah. Must be on the other side of town. Oh no, I haven't even looked at the options yet. Okay, you do not have what I need. Maybe it was Meese that had him? I'm looking for the, for the Stardew. Yeah, here we go. Okay, so Stardew. And then I'll grab a few Soul Dew as well. Actually, how many Soul Dew do I have currently? I'm probably fine with that number of revivifications, actually. So Stardew to finish us off. Okay. And then Raja, they also cannot equip the Rykros ring, so I believe it's implied that they just simply are carrying the thing and not actually equipping it, but it still protects them. Betsagen, I think you've forgotten. Technically, they do have rest the sign and reverser sign at the shop in NGS. Okay, now, at this point, I do not expect any of our casters to use physical attacks here. So let's see if I can at least get them some shields. Yeah, that's for certain. Especially when you can just literally grab the stuff off the ground. Although, who knows? Maybe the lore reason behind it is just so it's available to people that just don't think that they can handle going outside town or something. Alright, we're gonna have to keep moving along until we find a place that actually has what we need. So, not Mies, Rochelle was destroyed. How about Zosa? Yeah, this is that penguin town again. At the very least, what I could do is I could give the Psycho Wand to Raja. And that'll at least increase his mental power. So I would much rather... give them shields if I can. Tyler? If there's nothing here or at the other town on the planet, the gear's gonna be too old at that point for I think it to really do much. Okay, Silver Shield. Okay, I gotta make some space here first. So what we'll do... I still have some Moon Dew. And technically, that's not the best stuff to be reviving with, so I'll go ahead and sell one of those. Alright. Buy, and then Silver Shield. And then we're gonna need to sell another Moon Dew, because I can't get rid of the Psycho Wand. Silver Shield again. And this is how you can really tank your casters up in this game. Alright, Rune, you're gonna grab a Silver Shield. Yeah, like, so I could put on the Frayed Mantle and the Psycho Wand, and that would definitely be a boost in mental power, but I give up so much defense for doing that, it's not even worth it. Alright, and one more Moon Dew. Okay, Rune, Silver Shield. I mean, let's take a look at this here now. He's got 100, Rune's got 186 defense power. Chaz has 176. Rika has 163. Ren has 188, so Chaz and Rika are technically weaker now than Rune in terms of defense power by doing that. But like I said, I don't expect either of them to really be casting anything, or rather, I don't expect them to be attacking with their rods. So we are gonna head back to Motavia now. And we're gonna be making a real attempt here now. On the final boss. Alright, let me set my macros up here. For Raja, the best one is probably going to be Holy Word, since that has a chance to take out a single enemy. And now I'm going to create another one down here, which will be specific to the final battle. So we're going to do D-Ban, Barrier, and then this will be Blessing. Actually, first I'm going to get other stuff out here. We'll do Crosscut. And then... Now what? And then Blessing. Okay. And then for this one... Yeah, so that's why I'm curious about just how much we can actually do inside the randomizer. I gotta look at it closer at some point. I may just do a default run. I don't know yet. How much speed does Raja have again? I don't think I've looked. 33 agility. Okay. Alright, so we're gonna do D-Ban. And then it's going to be Megid. And then Legion. And then Pausabolt. I wish I had more than one use of that. And then we'll do Miracle. We'll do a Nassar. Ren will be doing a flare. And then we'll do Ephes and Crosscut. And then Raja, you can follow up with how about a Saint Fire? Alright, and now this time, I'm gonna switch that around so that Rika can attack instead. Flare. And then we'll do Ephes. Crosscut. And then Raja, you'll be the one doing Nassar this time. Yeah, I guess he kinda does, doesn't he? Alright, and then we need a round 2 macro. Ray Blade, and then... Flaily, and... Saint Fire here as well. Okay, I think that's all I want to set up for macros. Let's go. Let's conserve our strength on this one, since we got the surprise attack. You know what, let's see if we can just run from everything. No, not that. Oh, that's not good. Let's see, we still had a Moon Atomizer, or a Moon Dew, rather. That's not going to do much good for us in the battle, since it only recovers you to a certain point on your health. Okay, Rika, go ahead and Nassar. That got everybody most of the way there. Nice, Holy Word connected. Ooh, the party's really hurting here. Recover. Air slash. We gotta do a Nassar. And then Flaily. And I'll hold for Raja. Jazz levels up. Rika levels up. Rune levels up. Okay. So, this time I want to kind of slow roll this here. We're going to cross-cut. We'll do D-Ban. Rune is going to defend. And now, Raja is going to use Ataraxia. And that recovers technical points. It's a shame you can't use that out of combat. Alright, let's finish this off. Defeat Axe! Ha ha ha! I was not expecting that to drop. Okay, so the Defeat Axe is a weapon for Grizz. And it's basically their strongest weapon in the game. Alright, before we set foot into here, real quick, I want to... I kind of want to top people off here. So, Chaz, get yourself. And then Rika. And then I don't want to delay things here, so bear with me for a moment. You're going to hear some glitchy audio. Put it right there. Okay. And that way we're not wasting time coming back into here. Is this the shape the profound darkness has taken? Ah! What's happening? It's an emanation of the profound darkness. Anger, hatred of all that lives, and a great need to destroy. We've got to defeat this thing. Yeah, it kind of does sound that way, Betsugen. This being must not be allowed to come to Algol. The portal is not yet completely open. We've got to take advantage of this opportunity, Chaz. Right, let's go, everybody. Roger. Yes, this is it. Now we determine Algol's future. Our future. Alrighty. Round 1. Get all those buffs out. And the other thing is I'm gonna kind of slow roll the start of this here. Ooh, Raja took a bad hit. So that's gonna change my round 2. That's the hope here, Betsugen. Okay, that's much better. Ren can take that, no problem. Alright, so we're gonna do our round 2 now. think we're okay with a Guy Res here. Alright, let's get Ren healed up. And now we can use Shift on Chaz. I don't think Dynamite would do that much here. Okay, so Na-Rez on yourself, Rika. Phase 1 complete. Because of that, we're actually way ahead here. Let's see. How do I want to play this? I guess we can actually let Rika attack for once. And we can also get another Saint Fire out. Okay, that was a big AoE attack. So we're going to recover with Ren. Crosscut. And then Nassar from Rika. Flaylee. And we're going to use another of those Ataraxias now. And it's going to be more Nassar. I also want to see if maybe we can get ahead on this round. So Raja is also going to use a Nassar. Works for me. Okay, so now that we're ahead, we can look to this attack macro here. Okay, Raja acted before Profound Darkness that time. So I gotta back off. Flare. I'm gonna start using some Nathu so I can save Chaz to some degree here in terms of their attacks. Like I said, I want to slow roll this here still to some degree because I need to go all out once the final phase starts. Okay, that's good. That went on to Ren. You know what, let's do now what? Because otherwise the Ataraxia is wasted on Rune. Okay. And this is the true form of the Profound Darkness. That's a shame that went early. Alright, so they hit me with Megid. Okay. I'm willing to let this go here so that we can get this one big one out. Destruct! Alright, so recover. Let's do Ray Blade. Nassar. Do Legion, and let's do... We gotta do another Ataraxia at this point. Alright, Flare. Crosscut. No, Ray Blade. And then, Rika, you're gonna have to heal yourself. We'll do an Ephes. And let's get that last Saint Fire out. Okay, that's perfect. That landed on red. Okay. So now we're gonna do Flare. Ray Blade again. Narez on Rune. Actually, no. Flare. Let's get Megid out there. And then let's do Tandil. And an Ataraxia. Okay, canceling. That means all my buffs are gone, so I gotta go back to this. Chaz has been put to sleep. I need a rouse to get him up. Okay, Ren is going to recover. And then let's do Ray Blade. Actually, we could try going for a manual, or rather for the regular combo via command. We'll see if it works. Nope. Yeah, so everything is at least out on something now at this point, aside from that first macro there. So, full manual from this point here. Let's try the burst rockets. Ray Blade, Double Slash, and Ephus. Okay, I don't think that's doing much more damage than the flare. Time to break out Megid, Rika, get Nassar out. Yeah, I need to recover Ren. Megid, Nassar. Now what? And let's do a Nassar here as well with Raja. Okay. Recover. Megid. Double Slash. Now what? And hold Raja. We'll do Nassar. I've got one more Ataraxia. I'm gonna hold it for next round. We'll do Miracle instead, though. Never mind, it doesn't matter, because there goes the Profound Darkness! First try! Legitimate first try. Ah! What's going on? The force holding this dimensional hole open is gone. I sense a time warp. It's getting bigger. Danger! Danger! And this is advancing on its own. What are we supposed to do? What the... The Alcidion. It's protecting us. It's beautiful. Thank you all. It's over, huh, Chaz? Yes, it's over. We were able to keep Algol safe. Departure preparations are complete. Well, I guess we'll head back to Dizolis. We'll get a ride with Ren. It was quite a fun journey, Chaz, the likes of which I haven't had in a long time. You should come visit Dizolis once in a while. That's not possible. They don't have a spaceship. And flapping their arms won't get them too far. Haha. Surely Ren has some communicators or something. So, I guess it's really goodbye, Chaz. What a pity you won't be able to enjoy my wit anymore. I will go to Z-Land to assist my master Ren. Goodbye, Chaz. Eventually, the time will come when both my master and I will become unnecessary to Algol. But until that time, I will work to complete my duties. After I take everybody to Dizolis, I will return to Z-Land. I guess you will need the support of the system a little. While longer. Ren, where's Rika? She has already gone to the Landale. Parting must be difficult for her. I see. Goodbye, Chaz. Stay well. I believe we will meet again. Rika, we are leaving. Yes. They're gone. Ren, Rika, the road you choose will probably be painful and difficult. You are our hope. You must be strong and live with pride. Also, did it look like Raja was eating a donut there? Yes, Ren, thank you. I've got to get back to Tano. Chaz, thanks for everything. Or maybe he was just yawning. I feel that I learned a lot from this trip. Thanks. I'm returning to the academy. After all this, I've become disgusted with some of the people there, but I'll just have to transform those feelings into inner strength. Goodbye, Chaz. I will always be proud that I fought beside you. Chaz, I guess it's goodbye. Rune. Even though the battle against the ultimate fiend is over, my mission as Lutz must continue. You see, I must watch over all Algol. I'm still lacking in training and experience. I must continue to improve myself, and eventually pass it on to the next Lutz. Won't we meet again? Probably not. You silly, don't cry. You can live now without anyone else's help. Rika! Rika! Rika, Chaz! So long, Chaz. Take care. Rune. Rune, thank you. And goodbye! The long battle is over. We were able to free ourselves from the terrible curse of yore. To the souls of those who sacrificed their lives for Algol, sleep in peace. From person to person. From age to age. As long as memories last, We will not forget the sacrifices that have been made. The aeons-old struggle between light and dark has ended, and now the curtain rises on a new age. And that was Phantasy Star: The End of the Millennium. This game is in my top 5 for the whole series. And it consistently remains in there. It is always so nice to revisit this game. And it's nice to see that most of what I remembered it still holds up. It still holds up, even to this day, as a great game. Always nice to revisit this, and yeah, it's such a shame that we lost Reiko Kodama a few years ago. I would love the opportunity to ask them some questions about the future of what they might have been thinking for the series. We do know, thanks to a fairly recent interview, I believe, that there was at one point consideration for a Phantasy Star 5, and one part of that was going to be that there was going to be a child found within Crystal on Rykros, but we really don't know much more beyond that. But it was basically going to be a story talking about how, or at least the initial ideas beyond that was like how the people of Algol were going to eventually start to explore the stars again. Besigen Top 1. That is going to be the original Phantasy Star Online 2. That game held me for such a long time, despite its ups and downs. It is my favorite game. And of course, to finish it up, we have the image of Elisa and Meow there. Which then leads us back to the title screen. And then, yeah. I'm just gonna put this on just to give us a little bit of music here, but yeah. Again, it is Phantasy Star: The End of the Millennium was such a pivotal game to finish things off for the series for Algol. But of course, this is not the end of it in terms of the timeline. No, there is still a game that is taking place, or rather, that takes place 1,000 years from now. And at this very moment, more than likely, there is a battle happening out in space with the names of Lila and Orakio involved. Phantasy Star 3 Generations of Doom is the game that takes place 1,000 years from now. But there are also other games that we still need to explore in this series. It's been such a long and winding road, and yet we are still nowhere close to complete. Like, we've still got, and I mentioned this before, the Phantasy Star 2 text adventure games. We've got Phantasy Star Gaiden we gotta get through at some point. We have Phantasy Star Online Episode 3. We have the remakes of Phantasy Star 1 and 2 to get to. We've got the games for Phantasy Star Universe that were on the PlayStation Portable. And then I gotta get back to PSO2S and Phantasy Star Nova at some point. So there is still a lot that needs to be covered, that's for certain. Brooks, no! Don't feel guilty about liking PSO2, base PSO2. I stopped playing World of Warcraft after Cataclysm because PSO2 came out. And yeah, the game had its ups and downs at points, but generally, it was a great game. But at least for now, this brings my coverage of Phantasy Star: The End of the Millennium to an end. Maybe at some point I'll cover some stuff about, like, the glitches that can happen. Although I may also kind of roll that into, like, one bigger stream where we kind of cover the glitches that happen across the games of the Algo series and not dedicated to just a single game. That's for down the road, especially if I'm going to do that, then it would be after doing Phantasy Star 3 Generations of Doom. But yeah, with all that said, that's going to do it for me here today. Thank you for joining me today. This is PrinceBrightstar signing off. If you've enjoyed this content, of course, please do either hit that subscribe button if you're on YouTube, or hit the follow button if you're on Twitch. Also, I do have a Discord. Link to that is in the descriptions below. Have a great night, everyone. I'll catch you next time.